Hey everyone, it's low carb and keto nutrition specialist Amy Berger bringing you, as always, keto without the crazy. So many of my videos and so much of what I do with my private clients is weight loss. I help people lose weight. How about today we talk about not losing weight? Hold on, I'll get to that topic in a minute. I just have to address a couple of business items before we get into it. If you regularly watch my channel, you can tell I'm not in my normal environment right now. I am dog sitting for a dear old friend of mine, and the dogs are usually very, very quiet, but every now and then there's a bark. So if we hear some barking, my apologies in advance. And second order of business, I have received a number of very nice compliments and comments from you all about my hair. And I never want to mislead anyone. This is a hair piece. This is not my real hair. I have lost a very extreme amount of hair over the last few years, and I do not use that term lightly. My hair loss has been extreme. And so I will be doing a new updated video about hair loss sometime soon. I did one several years ago, but it's long past time for a refresher. And so, but I will link to the previous hair loss video in the meantime, just in case you would like some information about hair loss, whether you're on a keto diet or not. A lot of what I talked about hair loss in that initial hair loss video applies to everybody. Okay, but anyway, yes, this is a hair piece, and I will be addressing this in more detail in the future. Okay, let's talk about not losing weight. Did you know that you don't have to lose weight? You do not have to lose weight. Weight loss is not an emergency. It's not a crisis. I know it feels like it is. It feels like an urgent matter. You want to lose weight immediately. Even better if you had lost weight yesterday. Could you be at your goal weight last week? Or you feel this urgent need, you have to lose weight by the summer, or by your next vacation, or by the family reunion, or by whatever, your anniversary, whatever it may be. You have to lose the weight by then. Well, no, you don't. You really, really want to, but it's not a matter of life and death. It's not an urgent crisis. It's not an immediate need where there is a threat to life and limb if you don't lose weight now, today, immediately. And I have some notes here on my computer. So instead of, I didn't write them down this time, so I may have to switch to the screen here. Yes, believe me, I know only too well that it feels like an emergency. You have to lose weight at this very moment. But since that's not going to happen, since it's going to take a while no matter what you do, it's going to take some time, that's even actually a whole other issue. What if you just stopped worrying about losing weight? What? Did I just blow some minds? Insert head exploding emoji right now. Some of you actually need permission. Now, you don't need my permission, but it helps you to hear someone tell you that it's okay to stop pursuing weight loss. It's okay to pause your weight loss journey, to pause the process, or to postpone it. It's okay to take a break from wanting or trying to lose weight so desperately. It's okay to put weight loss on the back burner, right? It's okay to move it down on your priority list. Really, truly, some of you wanting to lose weight, trying to lose weight, thinking about losing weight, researching losing weight, being on YouTube, being on Reddit, being on Instagram, looking for every possible thing you can about weight loss has become a full-time job. It has become your top priority. and it's okay for it to not be. It's okay to abandon the pursuit of weight loss altogether, but that's a video for a whole other time. For now, let's talk about pressing the pause button on weight loss. Let's talk about having it be less of a priority right now. And so, weight loss is a choice you make. You can choose to lose weight, and you can choose not to lose weight, or you can choose to not try to lose weight right now. You can postpone it, you can put it on hold. Who's forcing you? Who's forcing you to have your body become smaller right now, immediately, as quickly as possible? I hope no one. People can pester you, but nobody can force you, right? Not your spouse or your partner, not your kids, not your mama or your papa, not, Shelly from the accounting department, not Steve from payroll, and who gives a hoot what they all think anyway. Not even your doctor can force you to lose weight. All of those people, those friends, family members, medical professionals, can badger you to lose weight. They can pester you to lose weight. They can even encourage you politely, happily. They can do it in a positive way, but none of them can demand that you lose weight. So nobody is forcing you to be in this pursuit. Again, weight loss is something that you choose to pursue, and you can choose at any point to stop pursuing it or to put the pursuit of it just on hold temporarily for now. And, why might you do this? Maybe you have 100 other things going on. Maybe there's a health crisis in the family. Maybe there's, I don't know, it's severe crunch time at work. There's just other priorities that are, you've got things coming at you from all sides. Your schedule, like if somebody opened up your day planner, they would run away in horror. And so maybe now is not the time to lose weight. Now, that being said, there's never going to be a perfect time. You have to eat food anyway. You might as well eat food that maybe supports the end goal of weight loss. You have to be living and breathing anyway. You might as well do certain things that help to support these things. And so I want to be clear for the record that no matter what's going on in your life, you can lose weight. Nothing needs to stand in the way of that. I actually did a video a long time ago called, I think it was called Staying Keto When Life Happens. When there's some accident or some crazy curveball happens in your life. Because life is always happening. Your schedule might always be hectic. Your family life might always, have you pulled in 12 different directions. There's always, just unexpected things always happen. And if that's going to be the case, we have to stop waiting until it's the right time to lose weight or get healthy or reverse your type 2 diabetes, reverse your PCOS, whatever it may be. Here I'm specifically talking about weight loss. So there's never going to be a perfect time. But that being said, let's acknowledge that. But still, there may be times when it is going to be easier for you. When you're going to be able to put a little more effort, a little more thought into what you're eating, what you're buying, and other things, your stress levels, your sleep, your physical activity, whatever factors may be at work. And maybe now is not the time for that. And you have to give yourself permission to put weight loss on hold. You have to know that you can give yourself permission. Again, no one is forcing you to lose weight. And nobody's forcing you to do it right now. It's an option that is always available to you whenever it feels right. Let me consult my notes to see what I'm missing. Yeah, it's really, really interesting what happens when we take the pressure off. And I will link in the notes, in the video description, to a video that I did about loosening the tension. And the example I gave in that video was, if you ladies, you will be really familiar with this example. The men might be, I don't know. If you've ever had a necklace, like especially with a thin chain, and it got knotted up somehow, the chain got all tangled on itself, and the thing that almost always makes it worse is pulling tighter and just getting so rigid with it. What typically helps undo the knots and tangles? It's actually loosening the tension, loosening the chain. Like you put it on a flat surface and you kind of rub it gently, and it just sort of loosens those knots so you can even see where they are to be pulled apart. Making it less tense and less tight and less rigid is what untangles the knots. And think about how that could apply to your weight loss journey. You are so hell-bent on losing this. I have to lose weight. Oh my God, I have to get this weight off. I can't go one more day. Oh, believe me, friends, I know how that feels. I'm not saying you shouldn't feel that way. Your feelings are legitimate, but let's remind ourselves that in the grand scheme of things, it feels like an emergency, but it is not actually an emergency for your body to become smaller immediately, right? So with loosening the tension, what might happen if the pursuit of weight loss didn't feel like such an immediate, urgent priority? What if there was less pressure, less tension within you about making your body smaller? And something that happened to me recently is that I had been getting into a higher carb food that shall remain nameless, but I had a little go to town period of time with this higher carb food, and it was not for a long time, not long term, but long enough that it started taking its toll, not only on my physical body and everything, but on my mental health. Feeling like I can't believe I did it again. I can't buy this anymore. And then there I was at the store buying it, at every night, like, oh, I can't. What am I like? I can't. What am I doing? I'm out of control. So it was even more an emotional thing for me than a physical one. But so I'm getting into this high carb food. I'm feeling adverse effects from it. And it's when I would be eating it, I would have this thought in my head, obviously, like, I shouldn't be doing this. And I wouldn't say this exact thing to me, I shouldn't be doing this, but like the rest of this, what's wrong with me? I can't stop. It just tastes so good. It's so delicious. Like, F this, forget it, screw everything. Or like, I'm out of control. I have no willpower. I have no discipline. Why can't I have this item in my home and just not eat it for once? Like, why can't it just be in the cupboard and I don't even care that it's there? All of this negative stuff. And as all of that negative stuff and that pressure and that heaviness was coming down on me by my own doing, right? It was my own words, my own thoughts in my head. I kept on eating it. Why? I think it was a form of self-punishment. I'm a bad person. I'm weak. I'm undisciplined. I've blown it. I've ruined, like, I was so good all day and now I'm off the map. I just might as well keep eating because whatever. And so I was punishing myself because, like, by continuing to eat, by continuing to just, frankly, shovel this food into my mouth, I was punishing myself because I was telling myself I was doing something that I needed to punish myself for. Right? I shouldn't be eating this. It's bad to eat this. I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm out of control. I need to be punished. Like, I need to be disciplined. There's something wrong with me. I need, and the way that I would punish myself was to keep eating, to make it worse. I mean, that's a terrible punishment. You already feel bad, make yourself feel worse. And so how on earth does this relate to weight loss, Amy? Like, what are we even talking about? I think it's really, the weight loss is, if, I guess, so now I remember. Sorry, I had to look at my notes. I finally gave myself permission to eat this food. I told myself, you know what? It's just food. You haven't murdered somebody's child. You haven't murdered somebody's pet. Like, what? Look at this beat down you're giving yourself over just eating a food. Eating a food that's really delicious, so no wonder it's hard to stay away from. It's right here. It's dirt cheap, so no wonder you keep going back to the store to buy it. It's not like it's expensive, so that's a roadblock to you buying more of it. And so when I finally said, you know what? What if it's just not that big a deal for me to eat this? It's just not that big a deal. And I'll tell you what happened. When I gave myself permission to eat it, I didn't eat as much of it. I did still eat it. The next few nights, I did still keep going for it, but I ate a lot less of it than I had been eating. Why? Because it was no longer something I felt I needed to punish myself for, so I didn't need to keep eating as an act of punishing myself, right? I was almost rebelling against myself. Like, oh, I can't have this. I'll show you. I'll eat the whole damn bag and then I'll buy another one tomorrow. When it was no longer something that was bad or something that I was a bad person for doing and I didn't need to do that, then I didn't need to. I could just have some and honestly say to myself, I think I'm done. I think I've had enough for now. Have more tomorrow, maybe not. But like right now, I think I can just stop and close the bag. Whereas the night before I had that revelation, I would just keep going. So again, how does this have anything to do with weight loss? Amy, what the heck are you talking about? If you give yourself permission to stop pursuing weight loss and you take the pressure off and you no longer have it looming over your entire psyche all day, every day, that it's something you have to do right now, you would be amazed maybe at how that is what actually helps the weight loss to actually start happening. You take the pressure off. You're releasing the tension in that necklace, and all of a sudden now there's some room to breathe. Now there's some room to fix the issue. I don't know if that's helpful to anyone out there or not. I do think and hope it's helpful, again, for some of you to just hear someone tell you, hey, you know what? You don't have to lose weight, right? Like, it's okay to just kind of press pause on that. You don't have to make yourself crazy trying to lose weight. And then there's just that pressure aspect. If you just say, you know what? I could lose weight right now. My life is crazy. I've got a ton of stress right now, a ton of obligations. There's a lot of things happening. I can't they call it allostatic stress, the total stress load that you have. When there's already a lot going on, do you really want to add more to it? Now I've got the added pressure. I've got to get this weight off. I have to lose 5 pounds by the end of the month. Who needs that extra pressure? If you want it, great. Now, and I will say too, if losing weight feels like pressure, if losing weight feels like a full-time job, you're doing it wrong. If you have to devote hours a day and a ton of mental space to weight loss, then you're using the wrong method. You're using the wrong approach, because it should kind of fit seamlessly into your life. Maybe not totally seamlessly. You do have to make some changes. Like if you want something to change, you have to change something, go figure. But just bringing up that point, that if you feel like trying to lose weight is some huge burdensome thing, you're probably going about it the wrong way. But that being said, if it feels like some huge burdensome thing, stop doing it. Or at least stop doing it for right now and give yourself the grace and the permission to revisit it sometime down the line when it feels more doable for you. So like I said, I hope that's helpful. And if you do want some personalized guidance to lose weight, I am available for one-on-one consultations. There's a link in the description of every video I do. You can also go to stallslayer.com. I wrote a book all about breaking fat loss stalls. Stallslayer.com. And so that's that for now, I think. And thank you for watching. As always, if you're not subscribed to the channel already and you need some keto without the crazy, you need some weight loss without the crazy, you need some compassion, you need some empathy, you need a keto person who's keto but she's not perfect, like, oh, what? If you need someone real and down to earth and keto without the crazy, you are in the right place. Hit the subscribe button, and until next time, make me one promise. You will keep the crazy out of your keto. See you next time.